Buenos dias. Buenos dias. I'm holding you upright for a moment. Yes. You're on the iPad and something oh. Hey guys. You're on the iPad today because I am recording a phone call. What was that? It was like my wheel turned or something. Okay. I would like to prop you up. I don't know about this. I'm recording a phone call today. Wait. Cool. This is nice. This is nice. Oh, why do I have my hotspot on? No need for that. So, today is really exciting. I hope I can figure out how to edit into like different sections so you could just skip to it. Right now, I'm waiting for a phone call. Okay, I said that. I am going to be communicating with my horse and dog and dead cat today. I have my list of questions here. This is not the first time, so yeah, there's that. This is not the first time. And also, I did not get any sleep last night, so I'm a little, like, loopy. Not a little bit, but yeah, I'm a little loopy, so I just want to make that known. Ooh, that looks weird. I have a phone call. Why is my hotspot still on? I don't get it. No, I didn't turn it on. That drains batteries so much. Okay. Yeah, so this is I guess to raise awareness, I suppose. I don't know. For a benefit of humanity. So exciting. Okay, yeah, so one thing that you do need to know is that I did talk to them before. I talked to my horse and my dog. My horse's name is Carson. I believe that I will be speaking with him first. And my dog's name is Roxanne. She's a girl. Tina is the cat. Tina, she abruptly died when she was like 2 or 3 years old. What happened was she ran away. Okay, so here's what I think happened. It's 9:30 call. Why does my hotspot keep turning on? I'm not putting it on. Thank you. Hold on, let me see. Wow. The video still went? I just like put this on the iPad. Wow, that was cool. What was I saying? Tina the cat, she abruptly died. Well, I want to say that. She ran away, so she was having problems with her brother, Tony. It was Tina and Tony, cuties. They were sold as siblings, but they just, like, were not siblings, and so I think later on in life, that created conflict. Unless they really were siblings, I have no idea. Tina's a long hair cat, Tony's a short hair, gray and white. Tina was brown, tabby. You call it what you want. Anyways, they started like beefing, fighting later in life. And then she just like ran away one day and did not come back for like 6 months. And then she came back and she was like super matted and stuff, so we had to like shave her down. And we literally shaved like all of her hair off. And then she let it grow out a little bit. I think she was smart because it was kind of cold outside. And then she ran away again. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am good.
Okay, so I have a question. I think when I was signing up on your, website, it was an option to add somebody to the call. Is that possible to do that, like, maybe like midway through the call?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, perfect. I would like to talk to Carson first, and then I'm gonna have my mother join.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's no problem. What is Carson?
Carson is 15. He was born in 2010.
And how long has he been with you?
He's been with me for 6 years.
Okay. Okay, so what I can do, I'll tune in and just check in and see how he's doing. Start there. Is that good?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Okay. Did your mom want to talk to Tina also?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Usually animals don't talk to me before we get on the phone, but Tina's very eager to connect, so she's putting that out there. I'll just tell her we'll be with her in a little bit.
Okay, yeah, please.
Shouldn't override Carson here. Your horse goes, isn't that just like a cat?
That's it.
Oh, he's funny. He says he knows a lot of cats. He knows what he's talking about.
I don't really know who he's talking about, but that's...
He knows how cats are.
He is funny. He's very funny.
So has there been a food change recently?
Ooh, I think so. I think in the past 6 months, he went from sweet feed to regular grain, and he probably doesn't like that.
Oh, okay. It's true it doesn't taste as good. But he was showing me right away that he has a better appetite, oddly, being on the new food.
That's good to know, yeah. I don't like him being on the sweet feed because I don't think he needs it because he's 15. But, yeah, that makes sense. That's good to know.
He said he has a much better appetite than he did. He said not that he was really ever picky, but he could be a bit of a slow eater before. And he said that he's cleaning it up better. The other thing is he wanted to tell you that his muscle tone is better than it used to be.
Oh, wow.
So he thinks this change was a really good idea.
Yay! Oh, yay! Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
he said his muscle tone in his hind end wasn't great, but he said it's better now.
Okay. And it's based off of just the food?
That's what he's saying.
Okay, that's really great. Wow. That is one thing I do concern myself with. Because I don't work him very much. He's, like, retired.
Okay. Yeah, my horse Chip can relate to that. So, yeah, from his perspective, you're doing the right things for his care. And he feels like his muscle tone is better.
That's really, really good to know.
He said, go ahead with your questions.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's okay.
So, I was curious if he likes where he is now, because I moved him back in November.
He wanted to know if that was why you changed the food.
No. I moved him because, actually, I would like him to know that I moved him because I don't like his halter being on 24/7, and I don't like his feet being done every 8 weeks.
Okay, so he said thank you for clarifying that for me. He said where he is pretty low key and quiet and spacious.
Hmm.
He said it's very comfortable.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. So I would just like to confirm that he likes it over other places. Like, would he prefer to stay there?
He said, am I allowed to say no?
Of course, of course.
He would like spaciousness.
Yes, okay, okay. Can you ask him if there's anywhere that he's been before that he would like to go back to?
Is it like, where did he have a bigger turnout?
That's hard to say. There was a lot of fields at the last place that I just moved him from. But again, the halter thing and the feet, the shoeing.
Okay.
But there was one other place that it was a red barn. And I feel like they had a pretty decent size pastures.
Hmm.
I wonder which one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all he's bringing up is the bigger turnout areas.
Okay.
Because I said to him, I go, well, I think Kate's concerned about your care also.
Yes.
And it's interesting because it's like it hadn't crossed his mind.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, let's put it this way. If there was care concerns that you didn't like, he said it didn't really bother him. And that doesn't mean that you should change your standards. It just means he sort of didn't register that part.
Oh, okay.
He thinks his care is better right now where he is.
Yes.
And he keeps attributing it to his food.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Okay.
interesting. Yeah, because most animals will be like, food is like one small piece of the whole picture, But he's like, I just eat better here. So I'm going to take that as there's something about it that lets him be really comfortable and relaxed.
That is really interesting. Can you ask him if he's like alert in the stall that he's in? He's not necessarily inside. He's in like just a shed more so. I can't explain it. Like just like a 3-stall on the outside of the barn. And I'd like to know if he is like on edge out there, if he wants to be somewhere else.
Can the other horses go in and out of those stalls?
No, they can't. It's not a run-in, no.
Oh, okay. So it's just him.
I don't know. I live in Montana right now, so I don't know if there's other horses out there, but last time when I moved him, it was just him out there, yeah. And that's why I want to ask.
Okay. Yeah, because it feels like there's some kind of stressor around having to share a space or not feeling secure, like not knowing what's his.
Oh. Okay. Does that have to do with the pasture or the stall?
The stall.
Really? Okay. That's interesting. So...
Because it kind of seems like maybe he's not sure, like, do they get shut in those stalls?
Yes, but it's like a 2-door thing where the top can open and the bottom can open. You know those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily like firm, I guess. At least in my opinion. It's not like the big sliding doors where you close down the latch, if you will. It's just like it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, he can put his head out and see out, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not exactly clear what it is, but what he's like describing is that it's almost like he's not the only horse that has access to that stall, and he's a little bit worried about if there's going to be another horse in the stall with him, or keep him from his food or something. There's some insecurity going on there.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to me too, because he's not being super clear about it. Because I wondered to him, is there wildlife or something that's unsettling you? And he's like,
Right.
no, I'm worried about having to share my stall.
What? Is he so, maybe, can you ask him if he's the only one out there right now?
It does look like he's the only one in his space.
It's so weird.
Is there a horse that like shares a fence line with him?
Maybe, yes. So the stalls, I believe that they have like the bars. They're not like walls all the way up. It's like halfway. You can kind of see all three stalls in whichever one you're in.
Okay, so that must be what's making him feel a little uncomfortable, because he was showing me like when the walls are solid, he feels more relaxed.
Oh, wow.
And when the other horses can kind of see him or make a face at him or something, it seems to be around his food. He's very focused on his food.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes he gets a little stressed if they're watching him eat.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let him know that there's no way for them to get in his stall with him.
Okay, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. He just really doesn't like to be bothered when he's eating.
Has there been like, was he like starved before, could you ask? Like, not starved, but was he ever had to be protective and kind of fight for it? Or like there was less food than normal maybe?
He would say that he was low in the pecking order. So he didn't always get, it wasn't easy for him to get what he needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I let him know that that the humans will always make sure that he has enough food, or like he's always going to be fed and it's going to be fair?
Yeah, and I'm just reminding him that how much he was raving about how he was eating now. And I'm just going to remind him that he doesn't need to worry about any of that.
Perfect.
It's always going to show up, and nobody's going to take it from you. And he asked if I could tell the others not to watch him eat.
He's so funny.
He is funny.
I don't know why he says that. It's so odd. I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess, can I change subjects a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. I would like to know if he's I would like to know if he's happy, but since he doesn't get worked very much, I would like to know if he would like to more often, or if he would like to, like, have a job per se, or if he just likes chilling out.
He likes chilling out.
Okay, that's good. That gives me peace of mind.
He would rather chill out or work with you, and if you're not available to do that, then he would rather chill out.
Aw, why me?
But you're his person, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, just making sure. Because he said people can be confusing,
Oh.
and he said that he understands having different caretakers, but when it comes to riding or doing things with other people, they can be a bit confusing. And he says you're always very consistent.
Wow, that's such a big compliment. Can I tell him thank you?
Of course.
So the other day, I even think, like, in the past week, this little girl, Ella, rode him. Can you ask, like, if he enjoyed that, I guess? Maybe that's what he's talking about?
Will that be a regular thing?
Probably not. Just to check in on how he's doing.
He said he doesn't mind doing something like that on occasion, but he wondered if he was going to need to give lessons or something.
Oh, no. Probably not.
Okay, he said that's good.
Oh my goodness, he's so funny.
He says he's a little bit lazy too.
That's okay. He's allowed to be. I would like him to know, though, that when we go out on the trail together, or if I'm riding him, I want him to know that I believe in him, and I know that he's scared, but I want him to know that I'm his protector, and that I will never point him in a direction that I don't think he could do. I know that's a lot, sorry.
He was like, "Are you sure?"
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm just letting him know that he's 100% safe with you when you go out.
Thank you. I would like to use the word leader. I would like to tell him that I want to be the leader.
Okay. So if you could say that also before you go out and just remind him, he says he's got it.
Sure, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yay. I'd like to know also, this may be like kind of like, I don't know, like redundant, but does he know my name?
He said, you mean Kate or something else?
Oh, yes, Kate, yes.
Okay. He said he knows that a lot of people think of their animals as their children. And he said that's fine if Kate feels that way, but he does call you Kate.
Aww.
Rather than like mom or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think that I necessarily think of that, but I do think that I like to care for him in a sense, but I would like to tell him that I'm more his friend and partner.
Yeah, that's what he was going to say. You care like a friend.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. Friendship means a lot to him, too.
Oh, that's so sweet. Can you ask him if he liked the MagnaWave that he got recently?
He liked it very much.
Okay, good. And did it help with, like, any pain at all in the... I'm concerned about the ankles.
He said it definitely helped improve the pain.
Okay.
it didn't take it all away.
Okay.
He really doesn't have much in the way of discomfort today. Like, he's not really concerned about it right now today.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he said for the most part he's felt pretty good. He said what helped him the most was he felt like his shoulders freed up a lot, and that took a lot of stress off the ankles.
okay. Okay. So he gets I'm not sure if you're familiar with Osphos, but he gets shots. Okay, you are? Cool. He gets that, and I would like to know if that is like really I feel like that's like the best thing that I can do for him, and I'd just like to know if it works the way that I'm thinking, like if it's really beneficial or not.
He thinks it has been beneficial for him.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, that's going to help support the entire body. So he said that I just asked him, does he think that could be part of why he feels more muscle tone? Because the other structures are a bit more restored and supported. And he said, yeah, maybe.
Oh. That's good to know.
Yeah, because it's like he feels better through the rest of his body also.
Oh, good.
So he thinks that it is helpful.
Okay, good. I'd like to also pass a message along telling him that he is so brave and so good when he gets the Osphos done. I'd just like to acknowledge him.
He said that part is easy, but thank you.
Oh, okay.
That's cute.
Does he feel like it wears off ever, or can I extend like the periods in between? Because I know like after a while you can do it like farther and farther apart.
He thinks he might be able to extend it because he's coming right back to his food again. He swears that food has been a game changer.
Okay. I mean, there is a supplement in his food. Can you ask him if it's that or if it's like the grain?
He thinks it's the grain.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a horse be so adamant that their food is more appropriate for them.
I will have to tell the barn owner because that's really good news. He's got good feed.
Yeah.
Speaking of his pain, I would like to know, he got his shoes off one time, and he has like these special gel pad shoes, and I'd like to know if when they took him off, if he was like sore, or if I could do that more often, because it would kind of cut me a lot of money.
Oh, gotcha.
If he wants to keep them on, that's okay. That's totally fine.
Yeah, he might need them a little longer.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Because the other option, if he wasn't in them, would be a lot more. You could get him comfortable, he thinks, but it would be a little bit labor intensive.
Okay, so they really do work for him, and he really does like them. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, they seem to. He thinks it would be a little bit of a project to get him out of something like that, and he thinks it's possible. It just would be a bit of a project.
Okay. Well, it's no problem to keep them on, but it would just be like convenient. But it's totally fine. It was just a curiosity.
I understand that, yeah.
And then I'm hoping my mom is gonna text me soon. I only have one more question left, but
Okay.
I would like to know what he's here to like help me with on a soul level.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your chosen profession? Like, what do you do?
Oh, I don't do anything yet. I'm only 22, but I plan to work with horses in some sort of fashion, in some sort of farm fashion, maybe like therapy, guidance for young kids. I see myself working with.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I just started teaching at a therapeutic riding center.
Oh, nice.
It's such a wonderful environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's something you're interested in going towards. Okay, asking because he gave me the word endurance right away, and that doesn't mean endurance riding. It means a state or way of being to be able to endure. He said he keeps showing me about deep listening and you know how you've navigated his health
Yes.
challenges step by step, and the endurance that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
So that patience and listening and taking things step by step. He said that it isn't that you are impatient, you're not impatient, but there's a level of patience that comes with deep listening. So he's here to help you with that and observation. And he said it's about going into your chosen profession.
Wow.
So he said maybe try on a couple of different styles of doing things and make sure that you're watching and listening. Oh, and that goes with like what he was showing me with the stall and stuff, watching and listening.
Huh. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Sure. So, you know how we were talking about if he was worried or anything about his stall or where he's living?
Yes, yeah.
So there's a quality of being really present with any animal, but when we see them in kind of this heightened state and we start to like watch and listen and bring ourselves into being present and inviting them to match us in that way, because he also knows if you're a little bit preoccupied. So it's really interesting to kind of ask him these questions in a different context, because he would say it's more of being preoccupied than worried.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you see this, you might pause and say, okay, what is my current experience? What am I mulling over? Where am I at right now? And then just listening to yourself and going, oh, yeah, you know, my mind was kind of busy about that. Maybe I do feel a bit preoccupied, right?
Yeah.
So what he's inviting you to is coming out of that preoccupied space and just being really present so that you can listen and observe more fully.
Wow.
Because he says you're going to need that in the kind of work you want to do. He also thinks you'd be very good at it.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to know if he has any tips on like how to be more still, I suppose, and really hone in on that.
Oh, yeah. I'll ask him in a second. Look up trust technique.
Okay. Right now?
No, when we're done talking.
Okay.
Yeah, look that up later and watch the intro course. It's awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. He said his tips are to practice watching him, and then the challenge will be not trying to figure out what's going on right away.
Okay.
I feel like he's talking to me too, because I have to do this in this job too. I have to watch and wait and listen. And so my mind's like, oh, what does that mean? And what does that mean? And I have to tell it to shut up and allow the other to talk, right?
Yes, actually. That's perfect.
I love it.
Okay, yeah, that's all I have for him. Can I tell him thank you, and if anything else that he wants to say, now is the time, and then my mom is ready to go.
Okay, he said to tell you thank you.
You're welcome.
And when will you see him next?
Oh, that's a good question. I think does he know, like, months? How can I say? Like, I think October or November.
Okay. He said, boy, that's a long time.
Yes. Can you tell him that I miss him a lot?
He said he misses you too. If you have anybody that could video chat with you, he would love that.
Oh, okay. I videoed him twice, I think, already.
Oh, awesome.
So I guess he liked it. That's really cool that he, like, could see me and know that I'm there and stuff.
Oh, they do. Gosh, so many animals just really appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give him a hug and just thank him, and then, yeah, that's all.
Okay. He said you're welcome. And he looks forward to seeing you.
Me too. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try to, I've never done this, I'm going to try to add my mother on the call. She said it's pretty easy.
It is pretty easy.
Oh.
Kate?
Hello? Hold on. Did I do it?
You probably did. You did.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Okay. So, she says that Tina is very eager to talk to us.
Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, how long ago did Tina pass?
Quiet. She passed a pretty long time ago. Do you know, Mom?
I'm going to say 2 or 3 years. She just walked away one day and never came back. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how old was she?
She was only like
5?
Yeah.
No, 4. Maybe 4. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just call her and again. And she was like right here when we got off the phone, and I was like, hold on.
Sorry if I rushed you, if it was supposed to be like...
Oh, no.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's all right. You're all right. So we're gonna assume that she's passed away and not just living somewhere else.
Yes, yeah.
I can't always say 100% for sure one way or another, because there's been a couple of times where I've had cats tell me they passed and they showed up at home. And isn't that just like a cat?
That's so funny.
She said to tell you it wasn't personal. She didn't leave because of anything that you did or didn't do. She left because she said she didn't think she was long for this world.
Oh.
And so she thought she was doing you a favor by extricating herself.
Oh my goodness, that's so sad.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I would, oh my gosh, can you tell her that I don't think that's true and I think that she's worthy of life?
Yeah, you know, she said the thing is sometimes we're only supposed to come in for a short time and then move on.
Wow. So, did she serve all that she needed to serve? Like, she felt as if she did her job?
Well, she was very loved. Yeah, for sure. She said she doesn't mean it to sound the way it sounds. She said she hopes that wasn't hurtful to you. She thinks that she was not well.
Huh.
And she said she thinks it would have been a long life of medications and stress. And, you know, I said to her, well, I think your people would have been fine with that. And she said, I know they would, but I wouldn't have been.
Yes.
Okay. She said she was not a very good patient. That's probably true.
Right before she left, she found herself into precarious situations. And she got tangled up in a rope where she had to get some surgery. And then she disappeared for about, I want to say 3 or 4 months. And then she did come back and she was all matted up and the mats were really tearing at her. So we had to shave her down like a lion's mane. And she didn't really like that very much, I don't think.
No.
But can you ask her if she thinks something was wrong with her because we had to take her to the vet multiple times, or because of like looking back now she had like cancer or an actual like inherent problem?
She thinks she had a health problem.
Okay.
Because the first thing that came in when I looked at her earlier was she said something about her thyroid.
So that makes sense. She could never keep. Yeah, she could never keep food. Like, she was so skinny.
Okay. She thinks there was a dysfunction there, and she thinks that it would have been a long life of, you know, something like managing a thyroid problem.
That makes sense.
So the part that wasn't clear is because she said when she passed, it kind of went dark and quiet. But with the thyroid detail, she thinks she actually got like a little bit dizzy and passed out.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't like an accident. She didn't get hit by a car or something.
No.
Oh.
She said, tell them I didn't get injured. I didn't drown. I didn't get eaten by something. She thinks she like passed out. So it almost makes me wonder if there was some early diabetes happening.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
She thinks it was just she got a bum body.
Oh, well, she was a barn cat, so she was probably like a mud or rut or something.
Yeah.
But that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so she thinks she just passed out somewhere, and left her body.
Oh, wow.
Because it sort of looked like something took her, but there was no, like, attack or anything, you know, not like a coyote or anything. It wasn't like that at all.
Yeah, that's so weird. How long after we last saw her did she pass?
Not long. Like, within a month, I think.
Okay. Maybe that's why she came back.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she was very loved.
She said, will you just make sure that my family knows I didn't mean to abandon them? She's repeating herself, but she's saying, just remind them again that I left because I knew I wouldn't have been a good patient. And she hopes that that's okay, because she said that she still feels it would have been a lot harder for everybody if you had to like treat her and medicate her every day.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason she can show up now and share with you is because she was loved. So she still really thinks of you as her family, even though it was short.
Hmm.
Nice. She's so adamant that her health situation was not good and it wasn't anybody's fault.
Yeah.
And she's like, I would not have put up with needles and pills. And she's like, there's no way I would have put up with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, can she hear me, like, talk to her since she's on the other side? Like, I wouldn't need to necessarily pass a message through you?
Oh, no, she definitely can hear you.
Okay.
The beautiful thing about those in spirit is even if we're not sure they're receiving it, the message, they are.
Okay, yeah.
My dad has a way of making sure that I know he heard me.
Mm.
Like I'll be outside and the sun won't be anywhere, and all of a sudden it's in my face. And a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't outside, and I asked Google to play Soft Rock, and Here Comes the Sun came on.
Oh, wow.
Song. Yeah, so I was like, okay, Dad heard me. So there's things like that. So if you wanted to ask her to send some kind of sign to know that she heard you, you can do that. And, it can be anything. It can be anything. So if there's something that you could ask a sort of sign that would like catch your attention. So, or like my dad will leave me pennies sometimes. So it's either the sun or a penny. Some people find a feather where there couldn't possibly be a feather. I talked to a lady whose horse passed away recently, and she like went to an estate sale, and first she goes, for some reason I picked up this like photo album. It was just an empty album, and she said on every single page there was a dried 4-leaf clover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she said, I just bought it. Then when I got home, I looked in it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
So there's things like that. So, yeah, Tina absolutely hears you. And do you have another cat?
Yes, she had a brother, Tony.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But Tony's still in the physical.
Yeah, Tony kind of got all the good genes, she said.
Oh, so they are siblings. I always wondered, are they actually related?
She said so.
Really? Because she's a long-haired cat, and she's brown, and Tony is black and gray, and short hair. I mean, white and gray.
So, yeah, so it is possible that they have different fathers and the same mother.
Okay. But they were the same...
That can happen.
I don't know, they were like the same age when we got them, seemingly. We got them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
But, even if they're not genetically related, they definitely were siblings, if you will.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. Well, I'd like to tell her thank you. I think that's all I really wanted to know. If my mom has any more questions, I think I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions. I'm glad Tony's very healthy because he's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be around a good long time. Tina said that Tony will never go anywhere.
Aw.
Nice.
She said
nice.
it's not his style.
He's an indoor-outdoor cat, and my neighbors try to adopt him, but he always finds his way home.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for her?
I think I'm okay, yeah.
Okay. You want to check in with Roxy?
I would love to.
And how old is she now?
I believe she's 9 or 10 now.
And how long has she been with you?
Her whole, well, we've had her since she was a puppy, 6 months maybe.
Okay. Gosh, she's so pretty.
She is.
And Kate's mom, is Roxy with you, or she? Where is
Yeah,
Roxy?
she's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, she's right here.
She said you could FaceTime or do FaceTime, just video chat. She said you could video chat her more often too.
She said this before.
Really? You want to be video chatted?
Oh yeah, she loves it. Loves it, loves it. She said she misses her Kate. When are you coming home?
Oh. I don't necessarily have a date. Probably October or November, like I said, for Carson.
Okay. Well, she said she will excitedly await your arrival. But also you could video chat in the meantime. Because your animals just really love you.
Oh, I love them.
She said, make sure mom knows I love her too.
Nice.
She said, I don't want to leave anyone out. I'm very happy in my home.
Aw.
She seems happy.
She's very happy. Any health concerns?
There's this little tiny growth on the top of her head above her eye that I had removed once before. I'm a little concerned, and I don't really think it's anything. I just don't know if I should have it removed again.
She thinks it might be a good idea if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Yep.
She thinks it's not anything scary right now, but if left, it might get yucky.
Oh.
Gotcha.
That's
how I feel. Yeah.
Some technical terms there, like yucky.
Yucky.
In that anytime the body starts to wall something off, it has the potential to kind of go in another direction. So she thinks that it might be a good idea to have it taken care of, is what she's saying.
Okay.
And then
Sorry.
She tends to itch her legs a lot. Is that anything I could do about that? What would make her happier?
how does she feel about water? Well, she likes it because she sent me a water picture.
Yeah, she does like water.
Here's her suggestion. Something I used to do for one of my dogs. You can do a warm bath with Epsom salt and baking soda.
Oh, okay.
And if she'll stay in that, you can kind of like put her in the bath with the baking soda and Epsom salt, and then just massage her legs and her belly so that it really gets in her skin. She thinks it's her lymph system just needs help moving things.
Oh.
And those two things are, not only, it'll help kind of take the irritation out of the skin too. And then if her lymph needs additional help moving stuff, it's actually really good for them.
Nice.
it's a good way to like. I had a naturopath tell me this, that I don't have baby children, but like if you have a dehydrated baby, put them in a bath. It's the quickest way to hydrate them.
Oh.
So like Epsom salt is not only drying, but it's hydrating and soothing, and the baking soda will help neutralize any irritants in the skin. Beautiful.
Can I ask if she likes her food? If she thinks like a food change would help her body function better and turn on the outside as well?
She said it could, yes.
Does she feel like her food? Does she like her food? She's been on the same food for like her whole life, and I just feel like that'd be so boring.
She said she never thought of it that way.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of dogs will go on about their food and what they need, and she doesn't feel like it would make or break her to change it.
Oh, wow.
She thinks that her system is just, it's so interesting. She just keeps bringing me back to that bath.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like her body's just a little bit stagnant at the moment and just needs some extra help sort of hydrating and moving some things. She feels really healthy.
That's good.
Normally you hear about the itching and stuff. There's some kind of gut health thing going on, but it doesn't seem to be. It seems like her lymph system needs some help just moving stuff out.
Okay.
She really doesn't think changing her food is necessary. It's so interesting.
It
Good.
is.
Yeah, it's very unusual.
Yeah, because Carson just said how much Carson was adamant about his food.
He really was, yeah.
That is really, really interesting, because I've always been concerned for her food. I've wanted to, put her on certain diets and stuff.
I can understand that, too. When you have an older dog, you're going to want to do it a little more carefully because they can go into a rapid detox with food changes. And if you wanted to research and do it, go for it. It's just tough.
Okay.
And I'm just speaking from my own experience as a dog owner, because I had to do it with Toby because he was quite sick. Whereas, Roxy's not sick the way he was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rough. He lost weight really fast, got scary skinny. But then he came out the other side and did amazing, and probably had him 3 more years than I should have.
Aww.
So it's worth it if you're kind of in that situation. So it's interesting, because I wonder, I had all these struggles with Toby, and then my landlords have this old mutt that ate dog chow his whole life and lived to 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really contingent on the individual. She wouldn't suggest changing things. Maybe if you wanted to add some veggies or something, she thinks that might be nice. But she thinks that the way you take care of her really suits her.
Nice.
Cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to change topics a little bit and ask her the same thing along Carson. I think we just hit an hour, so I really only have 2 more questions.
Oh, we have 5 minutes yet.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'd like to know, like, what she's doing for the family as a whole, just like how I asked Carson what he's doing, like, on a soul level for me. I'd like to know her purpose in the family dynamic and what she's helping with.
She said it's actually opposite of your question, that your family agreed to help her with her growth.
Wow.
You take her a lot of places?
She goes for a lot of walks. She
Okay.
loves to go hiking and walking.
Yeah, she said that you're helping her grow by taking adventures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and she lives for that because that is her purpose.
Oh,
Wow.
that is sweet.
So she said, I guess I give back to my family and that we get out a lot.
Aww. That's true. Like, every day.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
And she wanted to increase her understanding of unconditional love. And she said, I know that's going to sound backwards because dogs are good at it, but she said not all of us arrive knowing how to do that.
Wow.
So she says she's learned that from your family.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She said, do you remember when I was little, you guys would be like huggy and kissy, and I'd be like, ew.
I don't remember her, like, disliking it per se, but I do remember teaching her how to, like, jump up and give you a hug. So maybe that was...
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe that was significant and I didn't even know.
Yeah, it is definitely. Yep.
Okay, so, I guess it's really... I would like to tell her that... I guess it's 2 more things. I would like to tell her that when we spoke last time, she was very adamant about holding on to the fear of, like, storms. And I want to tell her that major storms aren't going to happen, like, very far north like we are. So I'd kind of like to show her the map, and I'd like to show her that the bad storms, they happen down south where she came from, but she's not there anymore. She's up in the north where that really is never going to happen.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. Okay, so she's... Oh, no, that was a different dog I was talking to. Sorry, the dog I talked to before you guys. I was inviting her to kind of bring that same kind of safety into where she's living now. Because this dog feels really safe and secure when he's at play dates and not so much at his own home.
Oh.
So okay, that's perfect. All right, she said, I understand. And I offered her to bring in her spirit dog family and all of her people, like to call them in to help her feel safe with the storms.
Good.
So just kind of reconnected her with her people, if you will.
Did she understand about, like, the map and and it's not gonna happen up there?
She did, in that I showed her kind of the lay of the land and how the weather patterns go.
Okay.
And then I wanted to help her, connect with that land and feel into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Do you think that she feels like a little better now?
She said she's going to need to process it, but yes.
Okay, that's good. And then the last thing that I wanted to know and or ask was if she has any advice for me or for humans.
She said pertaining to what? And I said, well, anything. Isn't that lovely? When change presents itself, be open and take it step by step. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that's the thing she's been working on this life, is because of the way she came into your family for all of you to help her with her experience. She said that because of the way, even if you go on the same trail, it's going to be different each time, and you just have to take it step by step.
Wow.
So if it feels like something's not working, but it worked before, there's an invitation there to shift a little bit.
Ooh.
So it isn't that it's not working or you're not doing it right, it's just shifting.
Wow. How nice.
That is beautiful.
So that suits her personality for sure.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all that I have for Roxy, unless my mom has anything, but I think we're doing perfect time.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have been part of this call. I appreciate it. And I'm pleasantly, comfortable in all the answers. I think that she seems very satisfied, so it's nice to know that you've confirmed that for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
She does seem very satisfied.
Yeah, she's a great dog.
She's this kind of dog that, is the quintessential family dog. Like she might be one person's dog, but then she becomes everybody's dog.
That is so true.
Yeah. Yeah, my corgis are less like that. They're kind of like, oh, you're really great. Hi, good to see you. Where's Jerry? Yeah.
Wonderful.
Aw.
Go ahead.
Could I just tell her one more thing, that I'm in Montana? Like, that's how far I am?
She said she knows, and that's why you should video chat more often.
Okay. Okay, well then, that's all. Yeah, that was perfect.
All right, great. I'm glad. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and it's good to talk to you.
Thank you so much. You too.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Hello? Okay, they all hung up. I was gonna see if my mom... I don't know. Okay, well, yeah, there you have it, folks. Thank you to the world. That was amazing. I love my animals so much. I love them so much. I love them so, so much. And I miss Carson so bad I could cry. There was one other thing I wanted to say before I ended the call. I mean, not call, the video. Oh, I was so snotty during, I was like, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Ignore my opinionated self, I guess. I hope you can overlook that for me. Thank you for watching this if you did, and I hope that you gained some knowledge, and I hope this inspires you to do it yourself, find an animal communicator. I got all my questions done. That was amazing. I think I told you everything I needed to tell you beforehand, especially about Tina. That was important, but I guess you gathered that. Yeah. I didn't get to ask, I forgot to ask Tina her thoughts about me, but that's okay. That's okay. She's funny. I love Tina. Oh, I miss her. She was very scrawny. She was like 9 pounds. She was like 8 pounds maybe. And diabetes or thyroid, that would make a lot of sense. And so, yeah, I always wondered, that's literally what I wrote down. I could tell you. I can show you. How did she pass? And why did she run away? And that's the first thing that she wanted to come through and say, I didn't run away. I had problems. I also wonder, I wanted to ask her advice, but that's okay. Next time, I got everything I needed to get from her, and she's definitely watching with me. She sent Scruffy the cat to me the other day. There was a cat, I had never seen a cat that looked so similar to her. And I was thinking about her. It was like similar time when I booked this conversation with this girl. And I was thinking of her, and I knew that I wanted to communicate with her. And I went to go get ice cream, and I saw Scruffles, or Scruffy. It was this cat, and it was hesitant to, like, talk to me, I guess. But then it started, like, following me around and then let me pet it. It was, like, the weirdest experience. And then this little girl came and, like, picked it up and was like, come on, Scruffy. And I was like, is that your cat? And she was like, yeah. I was like, what's his name? It was Scruffy. And anyways, just to say that I think that she sent Scruffy down. I literally have never seen a cat that looks so similar to her. It was like, he was tiny too, like her. And she was really tiny. Like, she was like this big. No joke. And she was like a long hair, so it like looked bigger. But she's right. Like, she probably did have some issues. It would make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Poor girl. Poor girl. I love you, T. Thank you for coming through. I love her. I love her so much. Okay. Bye, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm gonna go get a coffee. Bye.